Very important and a very interesting sum. Let's see the sum first. It says, in trapezium ABCD, side AB is parallel to side BC, diagonals AC and BD intersect each other at point O. Prove, first, triangle AOB similar to triangle COD. Number 2, OA into OD is equal to OB into OC. Right? Now we are talking about a trapezium ABCD. Now when we talk about a trapezium, the very first thing is you need to have a quadrilateral where one pair of opposite is parallel and the other pair of opposite is not parallel. But be careful, don't name the figure in a hurry. You will do mistake. First check what is given in the sum. Which sides are parallel? AB is parallel to DC. That means the parallel sides have to be named as AB and DC. So we take it as ABCD now. Now these are the parallel sides, that is AB and DC. Is this clear? This is where you need to be careful. Diagonals AC and BD intersect each other at point O. So we have a diagonal AC and BD intersecting at point O. First question is we need to prove triangle AOB similar to triangle COD. This is what we need to prove in the sum. So both the triangles are highlighted here, right? We are going to prove this similar. Let's see. The very first information what we had in the sum is we have that AB and DC are parallel to each other. So if AB and DC are parallel, we can consider a transversal. So if I take AC to be the transversal, there are two angles which I get there, angle DCA and angle CAB. Now what do you know about these two angles, that is angle DC and angle CAB? You know that these two angles are nothing but they are alternate angles. Now tell me, when two lines are parallel and you have a pair of alternate angles, we know that they are equal. Beautiful. That means we know that angle DCA is equal to angle CAB, and that is what we write there. We know why? Because they are alternate angles. But we don't want the name of these angles to be like this in this particular triangle. So we are going to change them. So we'll write angle DCA as angle DCO, and we'll write that angle CAB as angle OAB, right? And the reason for that would be nothing but C dash O dash A, and that is our statement number 1. Now when we consider these two triangles, we already have one pair of angle congruent, which we got in 1. Can we have one more? Yes. If you check these two angles, what do you know about this angle AOB and angle COD? We know that they are vertically opposite angles, and vertically opposite angles are equal. That means now we can write that angle AOB is equal to angle COD. So we write these two angles to be equal. We know the reason, that is vertically opposite angles. You got it, right? Now already one more pair which we have already got, that is angle DCO is equal to angle OAB, which we write here, and we got it from 1. Beautiful. So now we have both the triangles to be similar, that is triangle OAB is similar to triangle OCD, right? We have these two triangles to be similar, but by which criterion? We know that they are similar to each other by AA criterion. So we write there that these two triangles are similar by AA criterion of similarity. So we got this, triangles are similar. So beautiful. So isn't the first part done? The first part is over. Wasn't that very easy? Yes. Now we move on to the next part. Now this is very interesting. We have to prove that OA into OD is equal to OB into OC, right? Now we want two products to be equal. Now students, remember, in any sum when we want two products to be equal, first try to write them in the form of a ratio. So we are going to write that in the form of a ratio. Now the left hand side is OA into OD. So one OA, if it comes in the numerator here, obviously the OD can shift into the denominator, right? Because you're going to get it by cross multiplication only of these two ratios. Now the next question is, the terms which you have on the right hand side, that is OB and OC, where will you place it? You will keep OB in the numerator or OC in the numerator. We need to decide how to do that. That is what I'm going to teach you. Now let us observe how the segments on the right hand side have to be placed in the ratio. How we are going to do that? Remember one thing, very important. Whenever we write the products in the form of a ratio, numerator should form one triangle, and remember, denominator should form the other triangle. That is how it should be done, right? Now, so if you look at OA, let's place a segment in the numerator first now. Any one, right? If I pick up OB and I place it there. Now, first thing is, OA and OB, does it form one triangle? Observe there. OA and OB, does it form one triangle? Yes, it forms one triangle. Which triangle is that? That triangle is nothing but it is OAB, right? That is why you are going to have OB in the numerator. So, obviously, OC is going to go in the denominator. It comes in the denominator now. So, now we have OC in the denominator. You can check this again. Does OC and OD form one triangle? Observe in the figure. Yes, they form one triangle. Yes, that is triangle OCD. So we have these two triangles, and if we prove these two triangles to be similar, we are getting those two products to be equal. But do we need to prove it similar? No, it's already done. That is where we have got it. These two triangles similar, which we proved in the first part. So we can just take the ratios now. In the ratios, we want OA. So we are going to take OA first. So it is OA. OA, for OA, the corresponding side is OC. So it is OA upon OC. The next is what we want is OD and OB. So we have OB here, right? So for OB, what is the corresponding side? It is OD. So we have that. And the reason for that is corresponding sides of similar triangles are proportional, right? We got this. Now what we do is we do the cross multiplication now. So we get OA into OD is equal to OC into OB, and we get the second part of the proof also done. Wasn't this easy? Very simple, but a very important sum.